how chubby is on this bunny. Hello, welcome back to Sage and Stone Homestead. My name is Heather. So somebody recently asked me for a rabbit update, and I've got a really exciting update for you today. We keep meat rabbits on our homestead for the most part, but we also have mixed breed rabbits that have really pretty coats. We call them our pretty bunnies, and we breed them and raise them to sell to our local farm store as pets. They're a really fun addition to our homestead that adds a pop of color. Our kids really like playing with these baby bunnies, and I have 3 new litters to show you. Now, it's a very common myth that people say that you should not touch the baby rabbits when they're this young, or else mom will eat them or not take care of them or abandon them. That is completely not true. I have always suggested to people that, give the mom a good half a day before you check on them for the first time. But really from day 1 until about their first 7 or 10 days, you really should be checking on them daily. Unfortunately, deaths do happen, and you want to get those babies out of there. I do not anticipate that we are going to see any dead babies today. I did look at the baby bunnies. Their first day was yesterday, so I looked at them then, and all 3 litters are pretty small. This is a nice warm nest. So this was a first time mama, and we're gonna see and count these little babies. Now from the first day, a lot of babies, you can start to see their color pattern if they're gonna have one. Our meat rabbits are basically all pink, even though they do have like black ears and black noses when they get older. But this mama is a harlequin rabbit, so she has given us at least one really pretty like calico colored rabbit. They don't usually use those terms for rabbits, but a lot of people kind of know those like multicolored, tricolored rabbits or animals as calico. This here is a harlequin. Very squeaky and lively, so that's another thing that I'm looking for. I want to know that they have a good amount of activity and energy. I want them to be warm, and I want them to have nice full bellies. So this bunny is doing really good. So 1. Number 2 is brown, basically solid brown. Well, that rabbit crawled back into the nest, which is their instinct. That's very good, but I'm gonna pull. Here's a different one, another tan one. Again, where'd that other harlequin go? Oh, this is her. Him, her, it, I'm not really sure which. It's actually impossible to tell when they're real little like this. You have to wait till they're about 2 or 3 weeks old before you can tell their gender. Got a lighter colored one here, so that's 4 so far. Number 5. I'm getting hair on my camera. This is the last one, number 6. So they are kind of covered in fuzz, which is completely fine and normal. They're all very active and bouncy, and there's 6 in this litter. I think this might be the biggest litter of the day, and she's doing really well for a first-time mom. 1 harlequin. The kids are gonna love this one. So I'm just gonna cover them up lightly, just the way that I found them. Okay, nest number 2 is from one of our original rabbits that we bought when we first started raising rabbits on our homestead. Her name is Fluffles. Fluffles is coming up on 4 years old, which for a breeder rabbit is kind of up there in age. I did notice when I was checking on her babies yesterday that there were, I believe it was 3 dead bunnies. She had taken them out of the nest, which should be in the back of the nest box right here. They were laying in the front of the nest box. So I did remove those, and I think there's only 2 living back here. They're way back here, I feel them. They seem cozy. Look at how chubby. Oh my goodness. So there's a little light colored one. This is so pretty. Look at the colors on this bunny. Ooh, don't you dare jump out of my hand. So this is what's called a broken black. Isn't it gorgeous? One of the reasons that my daughter wanted to breed Fluffles with our black buck named Abraham is because she knows that he can throw colors like this. Isn't that so pretty? So that black skin, these little black spots, it's gonna grow in as black hair, and this will be the pattern of the bunny. Yeah. She's got a lot of nice fur in here, which is good. The fewer bunnies that are in a litter, the harder it is for them to keep warm. But Fluffles is a seasoned mama. I don't know what happened to the ones that passed away, but these two are nice and fat and lively, and they're doing well. And this is Rosette's nest box. Rosette is a harlequin rabbit that we kept out of a litter, I think last year. We kept her because of her color pattern. Nice warm nest back here. Very good. Yeah, there's more babies in here than I thought. Oh, wow, look at this one. A little pretty, almost dusty gray color. Gorgeous. 1, 2. Sometimes the coloring can be hard to see when it's just on the skin. I don't know if the camera is going to bring it up, but this one is going to have some color, different patterns. Number 3. These guys are good and wiggly and nice and warm. Okay. This one's a little bit runtly. Number 4 is kind of tiny, but nice and lively and warm. 5. Number 6, also kind of tiny. Don't jump out. You kind of see the different color, 2 sides of the face on this rabbit here and different colors on the back. It's a little hard to tell when they're this small, but I think we've got some color in this particular litter right here. So you see how they're in the front of the nest box here. I put them there so I could count them. They really do belong back here. This is where they're more well protected by the lid. Mama is a lot less likely to crush them back here, and they stay much warmer. Loosely cover them up and give them back to Mama. Hello, Tally. It's not about you today. I'm sorry. Another thing that I've kind of held off on doing until today is listing some of our baby goats for sale. So we had 5 goats born this fall for our fall and winter milk. Well, their mamas are for our fall and winter milk, but in order to get mamas and milk, babies have to be born, and they were born in good timing to be weaned in order to sell before Christmas. A lot of people in our area like to buy baby goats as pets, and so it's probably a good idea for me to get them listed before Christmas. All the babies are weaned and ready to go to their new homes. Yesterday I got hay in my eye, so if I'm looking a little weird on this side of my face, that's why. I'll be back. I'm gonna do the boys first, okay? Not you, you're staying with me. You too. So these 3 little ones are the ones that I'm wanting to list and sell as pets. I actually held off on feeding them earlier so they would be easier to get close to for good pictures. There's food here. Really, all of these goats could go to pet homes. It would be completely fine. We do keep back some of our surplus dairy goats as meat goats. It's one of the main sources of red meat on our homestead. We are coming into kidding season starting in February, and so we've got plenty to use as meat goats as well as to sell as pets. And I'd like to sell most of them as pets, especially the smaller ones. The larger breed goats, like this little guy here, those are better for meat. Yeah, I had no excuse in holding you off a feed. I'm sorry.
so cute.
Yeah, isn't it? I knew you'd like that one.
This is what I like when her and Abraham breed. They give these little babies.
Yeah, they like to give the brokens. I need my baby girls. Where are they at? Can we see your moon spots? Pretty girl. She's got one leg that's essentially a whole moon spot. She's got one here, but this side of her has more of them. Back up. Can I get your other side? This here is Daisy. She's out of Pesky. I have elected to sell Pesky just because I don't love Pesky's udder. But Daisy's out of Havoc, and Havoc is pretty well known for fixing udders, and so, I mean, I could keep her, and I will. If she doesn't sell, I'll keep all the does that don't sell, and I'll breed them, and I'll milk them. But truthfully, I am trying to scale down a little bit on my Nigerian dwarves, mostly because I have Nefarious, and I know that I'm going to want to keep does out of my Nefarious. He's my blue cactus buckling that we bought this summer. At least at first, every single doeling that we get out of him is gonna stay, and probably at least one buckling as a backup. So I'm just trying to make space. It's not that these are not good goats, they are. Here's Miss Violet. She's getting real big. Okay. Did you find the food, smart girl? Here, why don't you do it the right way? It's important when they're small not to do anything related to this milk stand that's going to scare them, because they are going to be future milkers and we want this to be a good experience. Atta girl. You're a good girl, Violet. Can you stand up nice? Stand up nice. Don't tuck that butt. Little Violet here. She's out of my Margie line. So these ones are unregistered. Her daddy is Titus. And you see how nice and angular her leg is. This is good. Oh, can we stand straight? Stand nice. Someone's gonna love your little blue eyes. I gotta get a good picture of those. Yeah. I think Tizzy's jealous. Oof. So is Tolly. Little Violet is so pretty. Those gorgeous blue eyes. Her nice cream-colored fur. I won't be necessarily sad if she doesn't sell either. I could use the barn space, but like I said, these are real good goats. You guys wanting hay? This is how I got hay in my eye yesterday. Ooh, rude. Rude. So as far as babies, Nigerians that are going to be coming out of Nefarious, Barely is bred to Nefarious. She's quite feisty with those horns. And then Tempest here, she is also bred to Nefarious. I'll have to look at due dates as far as the Nefarious babies goes. I can't remember. They're one of the last babies to be born this coming spring. But the first one to give birth is Miss Christine here. And she's due February 5th, I think. So it won't be long.